What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Swipe Up. I'm sharing my favorite post from Instagram, so check it out. That's right. You heard it right. Let's get it started with some crazy art. I think I've shared this artist before. I'm almost positive. Amazing sculptures, like kind of like a real hyper realism mixed with surrealism. Patricia Piccinini, I think. But yeah, this one's apparently, I guess 2008 it was made. The long awaited, I think, is the name of it. Made with silicone, fiberglass, human hair, leather, plywood, and clothing. Very amazing. Yeah. Go with some science.
Do you think members of the media have to portray science correctly?
Yeah, I think the media has to sort of come out of this ethos that I think was in principle a good one, but it doesn't really apply in science. The ethos was whatever story you give, you have to give the opposing view, and then you could be viewed as balanced. In the clip that you showed of the president, you don't talk about the spherical Earth with NASA in it and then say, oh, now let's give equal time to the flat earthers. Plus, science is not there for you to cherry pick. I said this once, and it's gotten a lot of internet play. I said the good thing about science is that it's true whether or not you believe in it. All right? I guess you can decide whether or not believe in it, but that doesn't change the reality of an emergent scientific truth.
I'm so glad Neil deGrasse Tyson is alive and doing good work. It is amazing how insane, like culturally, how we have so much information at our fingertips, and people will instead of like following the research that's been done by scientists, where like if people understood how science worked at all, people are so used to like everything being bullshit. They go to a bullshit job where they have humans that are supposedly in charge of them, which is mainly bullshit. And then they have to maybe they believe in like this old book that may or may not be bullshit, most likely bullshit because it was written by dudes, edited by dudes, in an effort to control people. Like if people would pay more attention to history and science, I think we would all at least be on the same page with a lot of stuff, instead of delusional thinking that we know, like just our theory on something is how it works. Remember, I used to sell electronics, and people would come in and they would just assume something works a certain way and that's why it's not working. And then as they explain, it'd be like, well, you can't just think something. You have to base your ideas on something instead of just like, oh, there's little, fairies that live inside of my camera and they paint, so they must be out of paint. That's why my camera's not working. Nothing that ridiculous, but might as well be. But anyway, I appreciate Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I hope people will wake up and understand that science is an important tool that we have, an important part of knowledge for our society as, a species. Moving on to a post from Flea, Hillel Slovak, the original guitarist from the Chili Peppers. This is Flea laying by his grave. I believe he died of an overdose, heroin overdose, I believe. I don't want to be talking out of school, as it were, but I believe that's what it was. And then John Frusciante took over, my personal favorite guitarist for the band. I don't think the band puts out nearly as good of music as they do when John Frusciante is playing with them. But Flea, their bass player, fucking, he's in so many. I listen to Punch Up the Jam, another podcast where they talk about music, talk about popular songs, and they do like a parody song at the end on how to, kind of make the song better. And it's crazy how many bands Flea has played for and movies he's been in. I love Flea so much. Flea and Bill Murray, two of my heroes for sure. Let's move on to just some crazy visuals of pills dissolving. I mean, it kind of looks beautiful, but at the same time, it like every time I take pills and it makes my stomach hurt, I just now see this. You're like, oh, that's why, because it's fucking crazy looking. So many people popping their pills, bruh. All right. Now, freaking story. Polyana Viana, UFC fighter, female UFC fighter in the strawweight division, beat up a mugger. Just fucking destroyed this dude. He looks fucked up. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. Now that MMA, female MMA, thanks to Ronda Rousey kind of being the pioneer, there's far more women training in either MMA or just anything, any kind of self-defense, legitimate self-defense, not like, kind of a self-defense class, like learning jiu-jitsu or boxing or kickboxing, Muay Thai, like actual skills and actually training them. When this shit happens, like, I'm fucked. Not that I'm going to be somebody that's going to fuck with a chick for any reason, but it's like, in general, those types of dudes should watch out. I mean, Me Too movement in general, fucking squirmy dudes should watch out, but, you get your ass kicked. Imagine running up on Amanda Nunes, trying to do anything to her after she just destroyed Cyborg. Like, it would be effortless for her to drop you, no matter how big you are, if you don't know what you're doing anyway. These are just amazing. These photoshops of like kids' drawings, but like, Photoshop to look real. It's such a fun idea. But yeah, it would be awesome to see like a stop motion movie be animated in this style. That would be really fun. It almost has like this last one almost has like a Wallace and Gromit kind of a look to it for sure. I mean, that nose. But yeah, it's like kind of like Where the Wild Things Are meets Wallace and Gromit meets like just probably I've never done any hallucinogens aside from just, heavy doses of edibles. But I would imagine you might maybe see some of this stuff. I don't know. Anyway. I'm going to do some shout outs while I play that video that going out. So shout out to Things I've Drawn, shout out to Street Art Globe, shout out to MMA junkie.com, shout out to Polyana Viana, shout out to Macro Room, shout out to Flea 333 and the Chili Peppers, shout out to Eddie Bravo, 10P, shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson, shout out to Patricia Piccinini, and shout out to you. Thank you for watching another episode of Swipe Up. Hope you enjoyed my Instagram posts. You can watch this show. It comes out daily. This show, new episodes daily. Subscribe everywhere podcasts are found. Binge the full week in audio and video formats over on patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. Become a member. InspiredDisorder.com for all of my artwork. Over 600 original paintings, t-shirts, and prints. Go to InspiredDisorder.com for that. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!